Welcome back to another flight in the Carbon Cub FX3 in Anchorage, Alaska. Didn't have anything particular in mind for this flight today, but I did get a new camera mount. As you can see here, I've got the FlightFlix double strut camera mount, and I wanted to test the camera out, go do some practice takeoffs and landings just to stay proficient in the airplane. So just a standard takeoff from runway 25 at Merrill Field here in Anchorage. You can see downtown off to the west, off to the right wing as I make a left turn here. Tower assigned a left turn for this takeoff, so we're turning out to the east. We're going to head towards the Knik Glacier Valley area to the northeast of Anchorage, about 20 miles. So you can see the camera gives an interesting perspective here. I'm still playing around with the settings and learning how much it's good to zoom in, zoom out, and the editing settings that work best to minimize the distortion that you get in these 360 cameras. So here we're in the Chugach Mountains to the northeast of Anchorage near Pioneer Peak. Pioneer Peak is this mountain that you see off of my right wing straight ahead in the camera shot here. It's about 7,000 feet tall. We'll pass by it on the way to the Knik Glacier area. I'm at about 4,000 feet here, just flying near the mountains to take a look and get a good camera shot. Now I'm going to descend into the Knik Valley area, which is only a couple of hundred feet above sea level, and see if I can find a good spot to land. And it doesn't take long. I find a nice flat spot that looks like it has relatively short grass. I didn't notice any big logs or rocks from the air, so I'm going to fly by it, which I just did. Then I'm going to come back and drag the wheels before I commit to a full stop landing. So I'm going to do a touch and go here, where I just touch down. Well, I still have enough airspeed to pop back in the air really quickly if I need to, in case there's a big rock or a big log that I didn't spot from the air. About to turn to line up with the landing spot. I'll pan the camera around a little bit so that you can see the direction that I'm flying as I start to turn to line up with this landing spot, which again is just some grass that I found that looked like it was relatively free of obstructions. This might have been part of an ATV trail. I do see it looks like it might be a few other tracks out here. I drag the wheels, everything feels good, although it is pretty slippery because of the frost and ice that's covered all the grass and vegetation. But it felt fine, definitely good enough to do a full stop landing. So now I'm going to take back off, come back around, and set up for a full stop landing on this grassy landing spot. Like I said, still getting a feel for the camera and the proper level of zoom to minimize the distortive effects of the 360 lenses. I do like that the camera on the wing strut mount rides much higher off the ground, and it's protected from dirt, gravel, and debris that gets thrown into it, so I can put the camera on this mount without having to have lens covers on it. On my tailwheel mount, which I really like too, you do kind of need to have lens covers on the camera, otherwise lenses will get scratched by all the flying gravel, dirt, and debris, especially when you practice these off-airport landings like this. Okay, so I'm just about to beam the touchdown point. I put my first notch of flaps in. I turn around to line up with this landing spot for the full stop landing. See the Knik Glacier off in the distance here in the background, or I guess I should say the foreground, as the plane moves ahead towards the landing spot. You always want to try and pick a touchdown point when you're landing in a new spot, and that's this bush right here that's passing off my left wing in just a second that I just passed. Touchdown just beyond that. Get the airplane stopped with some braking. 200 or 300 feet to land there. It was a little bit slippery with all the ice on the grass, and then I taxi back and get ready for another takeoff, see if I can go find another spot to land. Here's the takeoff. Passing over the Knik River here. Then I'm going to turn out to the north, see if I can find another spot. And it doesn't take long before I do. I find a gravel bar. Looks like it might be fun to land on, so I set myself up for that, do a pass, and then I'm going to set up here for a touch and go, drag the wheels, see how it feels. That's what I'm doing right here. Feels good, so I'm going to take back off, come back around for a full stop landing. Making my downwind turn here. I'll keep the clip going just so that we can see all the scenery. Now I'm just about to beam the touchdown point for the gravel bar, and I'll make a left turn towards the gravel bar that I'm going to land on. More or less lined up with it here. Touchdown, stop the airplane, and then just take right back off again. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate your viewership. Have a nice day.